What an amazing draft night for the Pistons. In this video, I'm going to break down the trade, how it got done, and how truly amazing that it is. So, Troy Weaver, he needs to know about the Pistons, right? He needs to know what we need. Obviously, that makes sense. But he also needs to know what the other teams in the league are looking to do, what they want to do. So, in this case, the Knicks, they want assets and they want to go after Jalen Brunson in free agency. Good. Craig said it last night. Hey, you do this every year. You think you're New York. You want to bring in big names. Hasn't worked in 25 years. Good for you. Go for it. We don't care. What do we want? We want a lottery pick, 6'11, athletic, rim protecting, lob threat, big man that's 18 years old. That's what we want. So, how do you get that done? And so I'm going to talk about how you actually do that. And so let's look at the trade one more time before we get into how you actually pull this off. So if we look at it, you can see what happened. So the Knicks, if you scroll up on this, it shows all the moves that the Knicks made. They made a ton of moves. They were doing a lot of different things. They acquired a lot of future draft capital, and they're trying to shed some salary. So for us here, it basically breaks down to, yeah, we'll give you a first round pick. Go for it in 2025. And oh, yeah, by the way, we'll take on Kemba Walker, his bad salary. All right. So his bad salary is $9 million. Not that bad. We have plenty of cap space. No problem. And here you go. You'll be gifted. If you take Kemba, we'll also give you Jalen Duren, who, in a lot of people's eyes, could have gone top 10, could have gone top 5. I mean, there are not many 6'11, 18-year-olds walking around with a 7'5 wingspan that you can come in, pair with Cade Cunningham. Oh, and Jaden Ivey, by the way. It's just unbelievable that this was able to get done. So how does something like this get done? Well, it goes back to NBA trades, right? NBA trades are a little weird. They don't look like normal trades in sports. So perfect example. Let me start with let's start there. We trade Jeremy Grant for nothing, right? We don't get anything back. Exactly. That we don't want anything back. We want cap space and flexibility so that we can say yes, yes, yes. We'll take your bad contract, but we don't just take bad contracts, of course, right? You have to give us something along with that bad contract. So we have a bad contract. They're trying to get rid of money so that they can free up money. So they have to give us something, and they give us Jalen Duren. So Jeremy Grant was traded for nothing to the Portland Trailblazers, but a first round pick way out in 2025 doesn't matter. We love that because now we have the cap space and the flexibility to make this deal. So Troy Weaver, we said it when he made the deal, something's up. And we should have known that he wants cap space. He wants that flexibility to make these types of moves. Now, I don't think he even dreamt this up. I really don't. I don't think as this is all going down, he could even imagine that this would be a possibility because Jaden Ivey, boom, get him. Okay, right there, draft night is done, happy as can be. Then what I would really love to know is really the fundamentals and just how it goes down when the Knicks are making all kinds of moves and right at the same time we swoop in and grab a big man, a lottery pick big man. It's incredible. So we take advantage of a team like the Knicks that are trying to do something the wrong way. I mean, really, it's not how you it's not how you build a franchise. And then you've got a team like the Pistons that can come in and really steamroll you. And I get it, right? We're not going to win an NBA title next year, but this is how you build that up and you get this young athletic dude. Man, you just cannot find these guys. You can't go sign these guys in free agency. You have to get lottery picks, take a chance, 18-year-old. So Troy Weaver is able to take advantage of the Knicks because he had the cap space, flexibility. And you go back 2 years when he took every player on the Pistons and got rid of them. And what I love about Troy Weaver, and Craig said this, is he's not this ruthless GM just getting rid of, just slashing, you're gone, you're traded. He's taking care of Jeremy Grant, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, where you want to go, makes it happen. He's not this ruthless GM, but he's still taking care of those guys enough, right? Taking care of within reason, but taking care of the franchise, gets rid of every guy so that then we can go turn around and make a trade that if I would have showed you this, if I would have showed you this before the draft, you would have thought, well, that's not going to, why would anyone do that? Exactly. We have the ability, we have the assets, the future assets, and the cap space to absorb this. So that's why everyone is so excited. And you're able to just see a world class trade. And this is how you turn your franchise around. I mean, you just, this is the type of stuff you have to do. Now we get lucky, but we created that luck and that opportunity because hey, we tanked and we get Cade last year. We get lucky there. We get lucky to get the first pick, but we put ourselves in the position to, and we get it. We get Cade. Turns out he's great, awesome. But it goes back. Let me go back even further, right? Well, I was starting to do that. We get rid of every player on our team. Then we're able to have that first year draft where we get good guys, Sadiq, we get a good foundation. Then we get a little lucky. Awesome. Take advantage of that. Get Cade. Now, same thing. Create that flexibility. Give yourself a chance to get quote unquote lucky. We get lucky a little bit again and we get Jaden Ivey. Then again, you give yourself an opportunity. It presents itself, and this is where Troy Weaver continues to be outstanding. And he goes and gets Jalen Duren, who there's reports that we liked him at 5. We just thought, man, we needed that big guy, and that's where we're so excited because as we looked out into the draft, we were looking at, okay, what's the, how can we get Ayton, or what's our rim protector big guy, what's that look like? We got to make a move at some point. Who's in free agency? What's the sign and trade? What's the restricted free agency? And we've said it and said it and said it. Troy Weaver loves trades, and he just did it right there, and it's just been an incredible run. So we take advantage of a franchise in the Knicks that's just doing it a different way. And I would say, hey, maybe it works, but we've seen that doesn't. It just doesn't. And he just trying to get guys in and trying to create cap space for that reason, it's difficult, but we create cap space so that we can trade and make trades. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this trade. I'm still kind of like figuring it out almost. I mean, that's still where it's at. It's like I still can't quite grasp what I saw and how fast it happened. And I still can't believe it to some degree. So let me know in the comments if what your thoughts were, if you were watching this live, what you thought. Because NBA trades in general are weird. And then the draft night is weird as well, because you don't actually you just pick a player and then you trade it in the back end. So it's really weird. It's hard to follow at times, but when the dust settles and we've got 2 outstanding players on our team to go with Cade and our other players is just outstanding. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you.